Hello Capricorn, my name is NiJiLL. You have found ÄLKØMԻ. Welcome to your September 2025 reading. Now I don't know if you listened to your fall 2025 overview, but we pulled these particular cards for that reading among a lot of other cards. And this is for September, and as promised I re-pulled them so we could build a reading around it. I do invite you to listen to that reading because it's fairly short for what it is, but it will give you a more in-depth view of these cards for sure. I'm going to go over them again so you're not completely lost if you haven't listened to it or if you just don't remember. But anyway, sorry about that. That's my dog. My dogs are always present for my readings here. Okay, so let's get started right away here. Capricorn. Let's see. There's always so many cards, right? Okay, so I don't know if you remember this card. This is one of the more interesting cards in the deck, I think. So this card is an alternate card for the Hanged Man, and it's called Prudence. It is very Neptunian. It is not, in this particular deck, they don't associate it with Pisces per se. It's just Neptune energy. And it, like I said, it's an alternative version. It shares the same number as the Hanged Man. And these cards, these larger cards, if they come in reverse, I only take them upright, but I take note of them when they come in reverse, and this one did. So, this tells me that at the beginning of the month, you may feel very differently than you will as the month wears on. So this is a card of being very careful in decision making. You see one head's looking one way, one head's looking the other. Careful in one head might be looking towards the future. The other one might be looking towards the past, trying to figure things out, trying to weigh things. By the way, in the other reading, I do pull this card and the Hanged Man and put them together on the screen so you could see the differences in the cards. And I go into all that. But for our purposes here, to summarize, this is avoiding impulsivity, right? The heads are looking in different directions and really trying to see all sides of something. And so in September, you may not initially have this energy to really look at something, 4 times. But something occurs this month to make you think better of it. And I think this is very intelligent energy, okay? So yeah, there is something here that's making you do a double take, making you say, wait a minute. Okay, so let's see. Let's look at the rest of this. You do have here, there you have the King of Swords coming in reverse. And the King of Swords is usually Sun and Aquarius energy, but in this particular Swedish deck, this is Sun and Gemini energy. And, when the King of Swords, regardless of what sign it is, when the King of Swords is in reverse, this is a manipulative human being, a liar. This could be someone from your past that shows up, or someone from someone who you've shared a past with, because as you can see, the head that is looking towards the past is looking down at this king. This definitely isn't you. It's an air sign, no matter how you look at it. Doesn't have to be male. Not in a general reading like this. But you do have the Justice card coming in reverse, and the Justice card is Libra energy. And first and foremost, the Justice card could represent a legal situation, right? In many cases, it does. So is this a legal situation for the King of Swords? Is this a legal situation for you? I don't know. But it involves this person somehow. Okay. Now, could it be that this person did you an injustice in general? And you're looking at this whole, something happens to make you say, wait a minute, something doesn't smell right. It could be an injustice that was done to you. It could be a legal proceeding that isn't going the way someone wanted it to. Could be either way. But I do like the fact that you have the Nine of Wands coming in after all this. And this is Jupiter and Sagittarius energy. Overcoming obstacles, especially in this deck. I mean, look how you can see the Archer clearly, proudly. I mean, in many decks, the Nine of Wands is someone who is like the wounded warrior, been through a lot of crap, has a bandage on his head, but he's like, I'm still standing. It's my I'm still standing card. Very, very, it represents perseverance, but this is even stronger. It's like on a horse with a bow and arrow, just galloping straight up. Really nice energy. And what I like about this is that you have here the Ace of Wands coming in sideways, right? This is pure fire energy. You have a lot of fire energy here. But this, as you know, in my readings, these sideways cards are decisions. And it's coupled with this self-love card. It says self-love, intentions, creation. What are you creating for yourself? It looks like you make a decision here. And the decision, like we discussed in the fall reading, this decision is based upon what is good for you. Self-love. What is good for me? I've been through some crap. What, I want to get excited about something. I want to feel a drive to move forward. I want to feel passion, but I don't know. There is something here that is stopping you from looking at something in a certain light. Okay. And you're like, I don't know. I think I deserve more. I think I've been through some crap and I think I deserve more now. And what's interesting is when we add this up and we break it down, we get Sagittarius energy. Right? We get that the planet of luck and optimism and expansion, but you have a lot of Sagittarian energy, which means you have a lot of fire energy here in this group of cards. So you could have fire highly aspected in your chart. You could be dealing with a fire sign, and you could literally temporarily be stepping into this because there's a lot of fire, and I think the fire is going to be very good for you here, Capricorn. Okay. Now, your overarching energy for the month, you do have the sign of Aquarius. And when I see the sign of Aquarius pop up, I mean, yes, you could be dealing with an Aquarian. There could be an Aquarius in this situation somewhere, somehow. But when I look at Aquarius popping up in a Capricorn reading or Capricorn popping up in Aquarian reading, I think about the planet Saturn because that is something you both share. You both share that one ruling planet. Of course, Aquarius has Uranus as well, but Saturn is, and I am an Aquarian, by the way, Saturn is a ruling planet that you share. So when I say, what does Aquarius and Capricorn have in common? Okay. And to drive this point home, you have the month of January here on the table. Once again, what do Aquarius and Capricorn have in common? They share a ruling planet and they also share a month, right? Capricorn and Aquarius both share the month of January. January could be very important in some way, even though we're not doing winter right now. It could be, all right? But either way, there is Aquarius that is somehow entangled in this. What do Aquarius and Capricorn share? You're going to have a wish coming true this fall, and it's specifically this September. There is a wish on the table that is going to come true. Which is really nice energy. You have farm. Well, look, see, you have farm and earth. I mean, you have farm and scorched land. What does that tell you? That is fire and earth. Again, you are an earth sign and you're either stepping into this fire energy or you are an earth sign with fire highly aspected in your chart. Either way, fire is on the table over and over again, and it is coupled with earth in more than one place. So you take that as you like. You do have here in the month of September, you're either going on vacation or you're planning a vacation. Looks like somewhere tropical to me. Looks like somewhere nice and warm here. Capricorn, really nice energy. Sure. Earth and fire. It's either you, that is either you, or it could be you coming together with some sort of fire sign as well. That could be a thing. It could be. We're going to keep going. And okay, where should we? You know what? We'll do this too. Yeah. Do you have See, you have Crossroads energy on the table. These are witches' ruins. And the Crossroads energy is interesting because, listen to this, you could look it up if you don't believe me. Crossroads energy, witches' ruin, ruled by Saturn. Capricorn ruin. I'm not even messing with you. It's unbelievable. Yeah, Saturn over and over again. Aquarius over and over again. There's your crossroads energy. Doesn't really shock me. You are at some sort of crossroads, and you have been. I think some things are starting to culminate here this fall. You have all these letters. You have U, you have T, you have B as in boy, you have Z, L as in Larry, and you have V as in victory. Now, these letters, some of them could mean something. All of them could mean something by the end of the month. Like I always tell you, an airport, a street name, a restaurant name, someone's initials, anything like that, a company. Just keep them close, and you'll see something's going to come of it. Also, this particular ruin represents the answer of no, and it's leading me to believe that you are going to say no to something, and it's going to lead you into a different. In other words, your rejection of something is going to lead you into a better place. You're going to end up, something good's going to come out of the word no this month. There's going to be a no, and there's going to be something positive that comes after it. Mark my words. Okay, you have a cardinal here. Wow. And so you're a cardinal sign, like I always point out to you, right? And we have a cardinal bird. It says you need to live up to your fullest potential, explore new directions, take risks in order to grow. An individual change may be uncomfortable, but it is necessary. Adventure. More than that, here, Capricorn, is you are a cardinal sign. Cardinal signs are, they're the initiators of the zodiac, right? Capricorn initiates winter. And winter is great change, right? There are things that are lying dormant under that snow that pop up in the spring, and we can't do crap without winter. Believe me. Not only that, cardinals are also the harbingers, the messengers from deceased loved ones. So a lot of, you could look it up, you could look that up. When we see a cardinal, supposedly a message from one of our loved ones is trying to get through to us. So we'll keep that under our hats as we go along. You have Cowrie Show, and this is number 25 in this deck, and this is abundance. So you are going to be, listen, there's going to be a rejection. Now, this rejection could be coming from you. You could be saying no to one thing, and it will open the door to say yes to another. Or this injustice card could be something not going in your favor, and that's a no. But something positive is coming out of this. You see the wish card, right? I mean, you see a few of these cards already. It's all pointing in that direction, and you have the shift. It says taking something in a totally different direction. Do you see those crossroads? Do you see the crossroads? You're at a crossroads here. You have the number. You have the number 77. It says it's time to move on from the old patterns, habits, and fears. Now is the time to walk in the direction of your biggest desires and ambitions. Now is the time to be bold and brave. I am brave. Number 77. Number 77 does break down to a number 5. And so Mercury might be, we talked about that a little bit, didn't we? Mercury is the planet of travel and communication. There may be something you're communicating, something that you're going to be communicated to about. Travel might be indicated for sure. You do have here the cave. And this is number 32 in this deck. And the cave coming in sideways could mean many things here, right? When it's right side up, it is your sacred center. It is that hidden place that you go to and you retreat to for warmth and recharge. When it's in reverse, it is that it's isolating yourself, right? In an unhealthy way, right? Pulling away from everybody, isolating yourself. There is a difference between these two. And being that this is coming in sideways, these are sort of, you're going to have to, you could be waffling between the two of them, or you could be trying to decide. There is a thin line between isolating yourself in a negative way and recharging yourself. So think about that. That is a theme here for sure, because this also breaks down to Mercury. So think about that. I think that it means something here, Capricorn. Okay, so down here you have your 3 legs. I've broken your month up into thirds. Now these legs may come in order and they may come out of order. We know tarot is not a science, so it's going to be different for each Capricorn. So let's look at your energy here, Capricorn. You have, and these, interestingly enough, your three main cards all came in the upright, truly upright, okay? And I like that, especially for this card, because you do have the Wheel of Fortune, and the Wheel of Fortune is Jupiter energy. We talked about that a few times already, right? It is fixed energy, Jupiter energy. And I usually don't do this, but I'm going to. You have the Wheel of Fortune with the Ace of Pentacles. And the Ace of Pentacles is pure earth energy, but it is an opportunity. So with this Wheel of Fortune and this Ace of Pentacles, I can't help but think that there's an opportunity knocking here. But you have these two cards as well. You have the Nine of Swords and you have Justice in reverse again. The same exact placement, two different decks. I mean, it's pretty interesting, right? But so you have the Nine of Swords, which is the card of anxiety, nightmares, sleepless nights, getting nervous, and you have here this Injustice card. This could be somebody, a situation causing anxiety, indicated here, right? Between this and the inverted Justice card, which, right, could represent a legal issue for someone, or that injustice we discussed, right? Something that was done to you, but it could be legal problems for you or someone around you here. But this is causing some anxiety, but at the same time, simultaneously, you have something else going on, and it's something positive here, Capricorn. So I don't want you to focus on this as much as this, because self-care is indicated here. Self-care is seriously important. You have these two cards, and these are the undertones of this leg, right? And the undertones here are alchemy and temptation, right? So you have alchemy, and Sagittarius, by the way, is the alchemist of the tarot deck. So there's that Jupiter energy yet again. Okay, you could have Sagittarius highly aspected in your chart. You could be dealing with someone with Sagittarius. No matter what, Jupiter is indicated here again. And this is the deck's alchemist, the planet of luck. So yeah, you also have temptation. You may be tempted. And it's not all temptations are, I'm going to tempt you with this amazing pile of money, or my gorgeous looks, or some sexual thing. It's not, temptation isn't always like that. Sometimes we tempt ourselves into thinking negatively. We are tempted to think about the negative instead of the positive. We're tempted to be obsessed about what the heck is going on here, instead of saying, hey, I have this other opportunity that I might miss out on. The Wheel of Fortune does keep going. Okay, so there are two things going on here, and there's also two number 10s here, right? And with the number 10, something's finishing. Number 10 is Pluto energy. Something's dying. Something's done. It's like the world. Something's being reborn. There is something going on here where you can level up and you can get out of this thing, but you have to sort of almost, I want to say ignore. I want you to focus on the positive here. That's really important. Your attitude is going to mean everything during this leg. Now here you have, let me see. You have more fire energy here with the Emperor. Wow. So you have Aries energy here on the table. You have Emperor. This is the father of all the fire signs. Power, authority. It could be an actual father figure. Could be. Or someone that reminds you of a father figure. Could be that too. A fiery presence enters your life. Now, this does not have to be a male per se, but this is someone with a very strong presence, a very fiery presence, for sure. Now, you have the Knight of Swords, and this person is coming straight towards you. I mean, this is fast. Look, wait. You have somebody that is heading towards you with great speed on this leg, and is offering you a brand new life, ground zero. Somebody that's offering you something brand new, a brand new path. You have the Seven of Cups. You're going to have choices. Nice choices, especially in this deck. This is really nice choices, right? Choices open up for you. Venus and Scorpio energy. The Fool is Gemini, Aquarius energy. And you have these two things as undertones. You have soulmate and help from above. Remember when I said the cardinal is carrying messages from people from beyond? There could be a loved one who has deceased that is guiding you towards this, or guiding this person towards you. But there is soulmate energy here. All right, there is soulmate energy here, male or female. This person is coming towards you, and we add this up and we break it down. We get Neptune energy, Pisces energy. You know why? Well, that could mean a lot of different things in a lot of readings. In this particular leg, I really believe it's that higher octave of Venus that we talk about, all things beautiful. This is going to be a beautiful thing. It's going to be a beautiful encounter. This is somebody heading towards you with great intent, great assertiveness, great assertiveness. Crossroads energy. You have a lot of things going on this month, but try not to focus on this negative. There's too many other things here, Capricorn. Look how interesting this is. Now, you have the Wish card. You have the Nine of Cups. Now, with the Nine of Cups, you also have the wish bone. A wish is granted. Here it is, right? This is your overarching energy, and here it is. This is that wish finally being granted on this leg. What is it? I don't know. It's probably going to be different for all of you. However, I mean, just to go back a little bit, this is Jupiter and Pisces energy, okay? So, really nice. Wish granted. You have the Seven of Pentacles here coming in reverse. Saturn in Taurus energy. Now, the Saturn and Taurus energy, you may reassess strategies, right? There may have been something you were waiting for. There may have been something you were counting on that isn't happening, or that you reassess and you decide to work on something else. You decide to say, you know what? Maybe it's the I deserve better thing. Could be. But you have here the Four of Cups, and this is a rejection, right? And it's a rejection by you, right? Turning down something in lieu of something else. Something better. Something more promising. Could it be this relationship? It could be. Could it be just something goal-oriented for your future? It could be that too. But here you have the Nine of Wands again. Remember? Nine of Wands. Here it is. It's finally coming out. The Nine of Wands. Moon in Sagittarius, still standing, perseverance, protecting what is yours, moving on. You've been through some crap, but you've decided to just pick your head up, pick your crap up, and just keep going. You're like, the hell with it. The undertone here is dreams, and I'm telling you, you're going to be receiving messages here. You're going to be receiving messages from the other side. You just are, okay? Where the veil is getting thinner as we approach October. But there is something. Pay attention to your dreams. Pay attention to those intuitive nudges. There is somebody trying to message you and get a point across to you. And when we add this up and we break it down, we get Mercury, which is the planet of communication. So pay attention here to that energy. It's really important for you this month. Now, let's look. Let's look at your challenges. For your challenges, you do have, look, you have the Judgment card, right? And that's Pluto energy. But the judgment this could be, and for those of you going through that legal thing, or you have a friend going through this legal thing, it is a challenge this month is going to be some sort of judgment. This could be your judgment. You could be challenged to make a judgment call. You do have the Hanged Man, right? And this is coming in again, kind of like with Prudence. Remember I said it was an alternative card to the Hanged Man. You have Piscean energy here. Sacrificing. There could be a sacrifice. There is a sacrifice needed. Maybe a sacrifice to your old life, your old way of thinking. But here you have a decision to make. And this is the Knight of Pentacles, right? And I always look at these knights like they're speed cards, right? You have the Knight of Swords coming in hot and heavy and quick, and the Knight of Pentacles is the slowest moving knight in the deck, but he is reliable. And you have to figure out which to rush towards, which to slow down with, which is going to have your best long-term future. I mean, there is something here that you're going to have to decide, and it's going to be a little bit challenging. Definitely. And when we add this up and we break it down, we get Mercury again. Be mindful of the messages you're receiving. Because you're not only receiving messages from people on the other side, you're receiving messages from yourself. Whatever it is, that gut feeling that's telling you, look both ways before you cross the street. Telling you there's something going on in that way. Gemini, Virgo energy. Now, here you have the devil. And this column is your opportunity. So it's a good card for you. It's a good card for a lot of reasons, right? In your opportunities column for September, you have a Capricorn power card. Now, for somebody else, this could have a lot of different meanings, but for you, this is always a power card. You're stepping into your own power as a Capricorn. For sure, this could be passion. This could be abundance. This could be material gain, but it's something positive. And here you have the 10 of Pentacles coming in sideways. And what did I say about these sideways cards? A decision. You're going to have the opportunity to make a decision about your long-term abundance, something with staying power. You have the Page of Wands coming in as an opportunity. Mercury and Sagittarius, excitement, something brand new is on the horizon. Could it be this person? Absolutely, that's the fire sign, right? Or someone with a fiery nature. When we add that column up, we break it down, we get Neptune again. Higher octave of Venus for sure, especially in an opportunities column like that. That Piscean energy leveling up. Venus, it's a level up from Venus for sure. Yep. All right, so let's do your numbers. We're crunching some numbers here, right? Yeah. So when we add all the numbers up in this reading and we break it down, we get Neptune. You get Pisces again. Maybe you're dealing with someone with Pisces placements too. Could be. But no matter what, it is Neptune energy. And Neptune energy can be confusing. It could be a lot of things. But in this reading, it is a higher octave of Venus. Go look it up on the internet. That's what it means in this reading. The number that came out the most, number 7, which is Neptune again. The planets that came out the most in this reading, neck and neck, Mercury and Jupiter. Jupiter, the planet of expansion, growth, luck. Mercury, communication. The sign that came out the most in this reading, Pisces. Neptune again. So you have Spirit doubling down 3 times on Neptune energy, and you have that Mercury energy thrown in for good measure. Be careful what you say, how you say it. Stop, look, and listen. Look both ways before you cross the street, and definitely pay attention to your dreams here, Capricorn. I invite you to listen to your fall reading, and I also invite you to listen to your birthday reading. 3 blessings that are coming for Capricorn in 2025, 2026. I wish you nothing but the best. Namaste.